Right in the middle of Sydney's modern central business district, surrounded by sleek glass and steel, sits a sprawling 19th century anomaly. It occupies an entire city block, dominating the urban layout as it stretches from George Street to York Street. Today, the Queen Victoria Building is a landmark of luxury retail. But for decades, this structure was despised by the city's planners. It was written off as an unmanageable eyesore, and the city came within inches of bulldozing it completely. This building is a massive, ornate remnant of a Victorian city that was almost entirely leveled and replaced by the glass towers surrounding it. The building was completed in 1898, originally conceived as a monument to mark Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. The city's architect, George McGray, designed the structure using a specific architectural style known as American Romanesque. It is defined by heavy masonry walls, fixed-set columns, and a repetitive series of striking, round-headed arches. There is an economic paradox built into these walls. During the 1890s, Sydney was suffering through a severe recession. The government chose this incredibly labor-intensive design as a massive jobs program, keeping struggling stonemasons, plasterers, and stained glass artists employed. The building's aesthetic was a direct response to economic desperation. These intricate details provided an architectural lifeline for the city's artisans when the private market had completely collapsed. Walking through the grand archways, the interior opens up into a cavernous, multi-level arcade, bathed in natural light from the glass roof above. But this pristine interior hides a darker history. In the 1930s, the city council drastically remodeled the space to fit offices. They gutted the original Romanesque features and overlaid a rigid Art Deco design. This architectural damage triggered decades of neglect. By the mid-20th century, the building had deteriorated so badly that between 1959 and 1971, there were active, serious plans to demolish the entire structure. You can see how stark and monolithic the exterior appeared before modern awnings and pedestrian zones softened the streetscape. The turning point finally arrived in 1982. A company called Ipoh Garden secured a 99-year lease and launched an uncompromising restoration project to meticulously reverse the damage done in the 1930s. The soaring multi-story voids you walk through today are the result of physical undoing. They represent the systematic reversal of mid-century civic vandalism. Suspended directly from the massive roof trusses over the galleries are two immense mechanical clocks. The Great Australian Clock stands 10 meters tall, occupying nearly the entire vertical height of the central void. An Aboriginal hunter figure permanently rotates around its perimeter, activating 33 moving dioramas that depict Australia's history from both Indigenous and European perspectives. Over in the Northern Gallery hangs the Royal Clock. This mechanism features automated dioramas of British royal history, ending every hour with the mechanical beheading of King Charles I. Together, these intricate mechanisms transform the empty airspace of the central atrium into an active, ticking canvas of national history. Ascending to the northern end of the top floor brings you into what was originally built as a grand 3-story concert hall. Today, this massive space houses the QVB tea room, taking advantage of the ornate 19th century plasterwork to frame a luxury dining experience. Restorers went to extreme lengths sourcing luxury artifacts for these upper levels, including custom French crystal chandeliers hanging directly beneath the glass roof. Light is also filtered into these upper galleries through meticulously preserved stained glass wheel windows set into the massive archways. These top floors demonstrate the success of the 1980s restoration. The architects integrated high-end commerce into a historical shell without compromising the original design. Yet hidden amidst all these public retail spaces, the building holds a highly guarded secret locked inside a restricted vault. The vault contains a letter penned by Queen Elizabeth II during her state visit in 1986, written specifically to celebrate the building's restoration. The sealed envelope features strict handwritten instructions. It is addressed to the Lord Mayor of Sydney and explicitly states that it cannot be opened until the year 2085. To this day, the contents remain a complete mystery. Not even the late Queen's personal staff know what message is waiting inside. The QVB is a time capsule built of sandstone and copper. It links the craftsmen of the 1890s and the shoppers of today to a generation of citizens who won't hear this royal message for another 60 years.